Hello again, Finn Daly back at it, and in today's segment, birds ruining my video. In today's segment, I want to discuss, I want to explain, I want to simplify progressive overload. What is it, and how do you actually gain muscle? How do you actually get bigger? How do you actually put on slabs of beef? Yeah, I'm going to tell you how. Okay, so what is progressive overload? Progressive overload can be defined as increased stress on the muscle over time. Okay, quite simple. So first thing I want to reference is the legend of Milo of Croton, right? So he was a wrestler. He was a war hero. He was a legend, basically, and a big, strong geezer. All right, but un momento. As a young boy, or they say, a legend is he developed his strength by, when he was a young boy, every day he would carry a calf on his shoulders, every single day. And obviously, as he grew, well, as the calf grew, and as he carried it over time, he too grew, not just getting older and growing taller, but his strength increased because the cow got heavier and heavier over time. And by the time he was a grown man, he was carrying a full-sized bull or cow, whatever. A big effing animal, basically, on his shoulders, alright? So there are various ways that you can execute progressive overload. The obvious one is just to increase the weight you're lifting. So, for instance, let's say you're doing 3 sets of 10 on a bench press, and you're doing 60 kilograms, or for you Americans out there, 2 plates, 135 pounds, right? Let's say you're doing that 3 sets of 10, and then a year later, you're doing 100 kilograms, or 2 plates, or 225. If you're doing that for 3 sets of 10, guess what? Your chest is going to grow, your shoulders are going to grow, your triceps are going to grow. You're going to be bigger and stronger because you have increased stress over time. Another way of doing it is by increasing the volume. So let's say for some reason you didn't want to increase the weight, or maybe you're limited with the amount of weights you have. You can increase the volume over time. So again, bench pressing 3 sets of 10, 60 kilos, that's the heaviest weight you got. For example, you can now do 4 sets of 10, 5 sets of 10, 5 sets of 12, right? Obviously, there is a limit. So, I mean, if you're training somewhere where 2 plates is the max, then you should probably go to another gym. But that's another way. By just weight stays the same, but you increase the load. Like, for example, with dumbbells, right? Dumbbells are quite big jumps, so it's quite hard to do, usually they're 10 kilo, 12.5. They're usually 2.5 kilo jumps or 5-pound jumps. So let's say you're doing 3 sets of 10 with 20 kilo dumbbells, right? But to go from doing that for 3 sets of 10 to then doing 3 sets of 10 with 12.5 is quite a big jump, right? So instead you could, let's say, do 3 sets of 10 and then work your way to doing 3 sets of 12, and then you do incrementally increase it, right? So let's say you do 4 sets of 12, or maybe you do the first set with a heavier weight for maybe 8, and then the next 2 sets you go down, or next 3 you add sets, right? You just need to you can add volume to sort of make up for not being able to do the weight increase, okay? Another way is decreasing the time that you complete a certain amount of volume in. Let me explain. For example, today I went for a run, and then I immediately did squats, right? And a few weeks ago I was starting off every minute on the minute for 5 minutes. I would do 20 squats, okay? Then the next week 25, then the next week 30. This week I've done every minute on the minute, so in 5 minutes I've done 35 squats every minute, so 175 squats, okay? And then next week I'll do 40 squats every minute on the minute for 5 minutes, so now that's 200 squats. You understand? It's the same time, but the increased work, you're increasing the volume, increasing the workload, increasing the reps. And I think that pretty much covers it, okay? So that's Progressive Overload Simplified. I'm Finn Daly, and I'll see you in the next video.